Hi there, my name is Liz Hathaway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead, and that is the week starting Monday, October the 5th, 2020, 41, gosh, I nearly said 51 there. Today I'm doing this vlog under a Pluto station, so I'm going to be watching the news. It's quite interesting, last week I called my vlog Through the Eye of the Needle, and I definitely get the feeling that President Trump has just passed through the eye of that needle. It must be quite scary, I would imagine, at his age to, get the diagnosis COVID. I mean, I personally, wouldn't want to get it. Anyway, Monday, we have Sun in Libra, and we have the Moon in Taurus, and they're both Venus ruled, of course, and Venus is in Virgo, that very thoughtful, very sincere, very, it's a very devoted sign, Virgo, I think. So this is kind of quite a nice start to the week, I think. It has a practical quick feel to it. It has a hands-on quality. Taurus is, slowly, we'll get everything done. There's pragmatism to it. But there's also a sense of, if you like, a stillness to it. There's a kind of an inner stillness, certainly in a week where we have Venus in conjunct Chiron, that's on Wednesday, and then Venus trining Uranus on Sunday. It's a kind of, certainly where Venus in Virgo is concerned, there's that sense of inwardness, there's a sense of connecting to the body, to the mind, to this sort of new approach to healthcare, maybe new approach to body, to nutrition, food, and a sort of warmth. Chiron in Aries. Aries is a hot, fiery sign, and it's always signaling new approaches, new ways of doing things, new ideas, and trying to that Uranus on Sunday. So, in the background here, in the background to all this hectic madness that seems to be going on in the world around us at the moment, there is this, certainly for us as individuals on an inner level, there is a sense that some progress is being made. There are some shifts here, subtle. I mean, the centaurs are always very subtle. They're not really in your face, but they're subtle changes in the inner life. Chiron is very much the inner journey. It's very much the inner shaman, the inner knowledge, the wisdom, or wisdom is the word I'm looking for, that we have within ourselves. So I kind of like the energy. There's a sort of a background noise here, which, I'm quite happy to be tuning into on occasions, in a week which on another level looks pretty dramatic, all right? So let's just go to Wednesday, for example. Mercury opposite Uranus. Travel chaos is one thing that sort of, came into my mind here. Mercury is very much connected to communication, to short journeys, to talks, to, debates that we're having, those conversations. And here there is that kind of radical quality of Uranus, although fortunately it is in Taurus at the moment, so it's sort of reined in a little bit. Taurus is never too rash, but yeah, when it moves, Taurus as well, it's a bull at a gate, so there can be sudden breakthroughs here, sudden developments, and immediately I have to think, for example, of what's, the discussions that are going on at the moment between Britain and the EU. These kinds of international talks as well, certainly, coming to the foreground here. Radical decisions is very Mercury Uranus, isn't it? Or there's a sort of revelatory quality to this opposition. Mercury in Scorpio, it digs deep, dig into the dirt, see what's at the microbiological level, what's going on in there. Let's get right to the heart of it. And then Uranus is the kind of energy that throws it at you, throws it in your face. This is the truth. This is that very black-white. This is fixed signs. This is how it is. And there is that sense of, whoa, loosen it up a bit. There's that, almost like in a straitjacket feel here, that nothing's going to give. It's kind of, it's a strange kind of opposition, this one. So Mercury, as I say, digging up the dirt, and then, whoa, Uranus is going to go take that. When we get to Friday, we have then Mars, now retrograde. It's a sort of a broody, bubbly, put it on the back heat and let it cook type of energy. The heat is still underneath it, but it's not moving out, it's moving in. And then it's hitting Pluto, you know, at a time, well, Pluto hitting it, whichever way you want to look at it. It's Mars square to Pluto here. Pluto as well, it's pretty much still stationary. It's not on speed at all. So this is like wham, this is a big bath. So what are we going to say about this? You know, well, personally, you could say, what's my strategy for action here? What am I going to do? What steps am I going to take? You know, because this is kind of a bottled up, this could be bottled up anger or bottled up aggression. And that, you know, but there's less of an explosive quality here, but it's very subterranean. You know, it's a kind of something running here, deep, something moving, something, as I say, like when you put something on the back boiler in a pressure cooker and you forget about it, at some point, you know, something's going to happen there, right? So it's a kind of a dangerous undercover mission, or, you know, crossing the river Styx, or at least planning how you're going to do it. There's this sort of night journey feel to it, and all of that sort of Mars energy being pulled in, reined in, focused in a certain area of the chart. So there's a lot of compression here and a lot of power here. I mean, you know, ultimately as well, Pluto is in Capricorn, so this is the sign where Mars is exalted. So there is a connection between these two planets. There is a sort of a relationship going on there. They have something, they share something. Pluto, of course, the modern ruler of Scorpio. Mars, the old ruler of Scorpio. These two, they have something. They share something. So I think the positive thing is looking ahead. What's my strategy for action longer term? What am I going to do now? What is my course of action? So yeah, it's a big, big square. And in the collective, of course, as well, this is going to manifest in some way. There could be, again, there could be some kind of people, you know, in a collective, there's much less opportunity to reflect and work it through. And there is always the potential with the Mars square Pluto for some kind of ugly outburst, for some anger to surface, to break through things that have been bottled up. So there is that danger, even though for us as individuals, we can actually manage it better. When we get into the weekend, on Sunday, we have Venus trine Uranus, which, as I say, I think this is a kind of, you know, a background sense of progress being made and new roads being explored, new avenues, new ways of loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves and nurturing ourselves, which, you know, we're coming into the winter in the northern hemisphere now. You know, if corona carries on the way it is, we need to find a strategy to deal with all kinds of issues that, you know, are surfacing in our relationships with our children, with our partners, with ourselves, or whatever, you know. But it's kind of quite a good trine, I think, though. It's yeah. So what else have we got? Oh yeah, and then on Sunday, of course, another big aspect this week is the Sun-Jupiter square. Sun is the sort of symbol of, in a way, the center. This is the power of the leader. This is the biggest voice in the room. This is the person who can make the decisions. And yet, you know, Jupiter is also a big planet. Jupiter's the biggest planet in our solar system. You know, traditionally, it almost vied with the Sun for rulership of certain things. Jupiter is its own authority. It's also a main player. It's also a big, it has a big voice. So these two squares in the collective, yeah, again, I'm thinking Brexit talks, thinking American election, thinking, you know, all of the drama that's going on in the US at the moment. There's a big thing here, I'm right, so am I. You know, there's this clash of views, a clash of tactics, a clash of where we should go with things. And it's got an excessive quality to it, you know, bigs things up, over the top, too much noise, too big. So it's a really, really exciting week, particularly now Pluto as well is moving forward. It's been hanging out in that degree of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction from the beginning of the year in January. I think it was the 12th of January. It's this alchemical sort of, you know, bottling it up, letting it cook. You know, this changes are going on. They're not visible yet, but change is happening. I'm sure of it. Have a great week. Bye.